Welcome back to Tam's Classy Creations, the channel where we break down projects so even a beginner can do it. Hello my friends, today is the 6th video of my Christmas series, Last Minute DIY Gift Ideas, Day 7. We're about halfway through and I'm excited for today's video. Wine is often given as a Christmas gift, and I'm going to show you how to really dress it up. If you are buying for any wine lovers, you aren't going to want to miss this. Before we get started, please like the video. All right, let's get into it. The supplies we need for our video. We'll need a bottle or a wine bottle. Now we'll need some fabric cut approximately 16.5 by 11, but we're going to talk about that more in a minute. Now I have a fabric that doesn't easily fray. It's a little bit more like home decor. Now we'll need some rulers. We'll need a marking tool. We will need a seam ripper for this. We'll need thread in our sewing machine. Now I'll be using white thread so that you can see the stitches, but I would normally use red thread for this. And we'll need some kind of rope or ribbon to go in to the top. Now I want to show you this holder. Now it ties here, but the top of the bottle is right here. You may like that where it ties tight so the bottle's all in, but I want to make one that it ties right about here and it comes up to here. So we do some measuring of our bottle if you want to get the perfect holder exactly how you want it. So how I got my 16.5, I want it to come to here to finish. And this ruler is 12.5 inches long. Now, for the pattern and to get it to have this spot for us to pull it, put some rope or something in it or ribbon, we're gonna fold it down 2.5 inches, the top hem. So we need to add 2.5 inches to our 12.5. Then with our box that we're going to make on the bottom, we're going to add about 1.5 inches. And that's how I get the length of 16.5. Now, I use 11 for a regular size bottle, but if you're going to make a little bit bigger bottle, you might want to increase that size just a bit. We're going to start by folding down the top 2.5 inches. And I've made a mark at the 2.5 inch line. Now, we need to sew across, and we'll do the back. We're going to sew, this is 1/4 inch down, all the way down. Then we're going to come up to this mark. So this mark is 1 inch from here. And this is 1/4 inch from here. So between these two marks are 3/4 inch. So now, and I also failed to mention, we do need to back tack at the beginning and end. We don't want this coming out. So we're gonna look at the front, and I'm gonna make a mark 1/2 inch in. So I'm gonna make it between the two rows of stitching on both sides. So 1/2 inch in. Now, we're gonna, when we sew this together, the side seams, we're gonna sew 1/4 inch. So you're gonna see this is 1/2 inch, it's out of the seam. What I'm gonna do is take my pin at the top and bottom, little bit up from the stitching. Now Now I'm going to take my seam ripper. I don't want to go through both. I only want to go through the top layer. So I'm going to kind of grab that up, and I'm just going to go to my pin. See how easy we get a hole right there. Now I do have a marking. Let's see if I want to. Yep, looks good. So let's do the other side. And these are the holes that we're going to thread through our ribbon to tighten our bottle holder. And remember, I said this is fast and easy, and we can get the correct size. We can get it exactly how we want it. And we need to make sure that we're not going through both. And that pin will stop you. You won't ever go too far. So we have our two in. The next step is going to be sewing this together. So we're going to do a 1/4 inch. We're going to stitch down here and across the bottom. 1/4 inch seam, back tacking at the beginning. Now we want to make our box, the corners. So we're going to take the two bottom corners and we're going to cut an inch square out of them. Now, because we don't have a side seam here, we need to line it up right at the edge, the inch mark. Let's do the inch. And we're going to line it at the seam. Okay? And then we'll cut. We'll cut that. Now for this side, we're going to line the side of the ruler. This ruler is an inch wide. That's why I'm able to do this. So we're lining the 1 inch mark on the stitch line, and we're lining the other side of the ruler on the stitch line. So then we're going to cut the two corners out. I'm going to press this, I think I'm going to press it down. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'll press these seams open, the side, and we're going to match those two seams. And we're going to take it to the sewing machine again and stitch from here to here. And we're going to line up the center here. We're going to find the center. I can maybe mark it. And we're going to press this down. The only difference on this side, we don't have a seam here, but we still have a fold and we still have a side seam. So then we're going to stitch this side, 1/4 inch seam, all the way down. Now I back tacked on both of these stitches I did to box our bag. Now we want to turn it right side out. Now we still could do something with the Cricut to put a declaration, a name. You could put their name on the bag. This is just a fast and easy one, so just makes your gift look nice. Now here's our little holes we made here with the seam ripper. This is the one I'm going to use, but remember you could use almost anything. So I have a pin and I'm just going to string it through here. Now this material is pretty thick, so it's a little harder. You could probably, if your material frayed a little bit, where these holes are, you could probably add a little fray check, and that might help, because you're just doing this for a gift covering, basically, bag. It's actually a wine bag or bottle bag. Okay, now we can put our wine in it. And we'll tie a bow here. If you want it to be a little bit over, you could add just maybe 1 inch and make it, if your bottle is this size, and make it 11 by 17.5. So that's all there is. And if you put something really cute here with the Cricut, or before you put it together, you could even take it to your embroidery machine if you have one. That ends the 6th video of the series. There's still a lot of gift ideas coming over the next several days, so make sure you check back at the channel. In the next video, we'll be doing some beautiful customizations. I hope you all have a great day. That's all I have for you. See you in the next video.